Having a few problems with the PC today. Hey, we're Real MTG Drafts, nice to see you all again. Today we're going to be doing a Ravnica Allegiance draft. Starting out from pack 1, pick 1. I've already started by accident. Like I say, the computer's messing up a little bit, but let's crack on. So we have Font of Agonies as our rare. How much pay life is there in this? What's going on with my PC today? I do apologise for this. Cards I like here. Administrative Obligation, maybe, no. I'm just looking through this pack. Blade Brand, I don't mind that. Concordius Pegasus. This is a pretty poor pack. Persistent Petitioners. Azorius Grand Knight Arbiter. If we were to go down that kind of route, but picking a gold card off the bat. Summary Judgment can be okay. The Rakdos Guildgate. This is a really bad pack one, I think. Paying life. I can't see a single card here that says pay life, so how much are we going to be paying life? That's the question. I think Concordia Pegasus, Summary Judgment maybe. Flying 2/3, 4 mana though. Makes him a 3/4 with that one. I'm not sure where to go with this pick at all. I'm really not liking any of the cards I'm seeing. I think we might be taking a Summary Judgment, which is just an awful pick one. Any suggestions? This is tough. I think we'll take the Font of Agonies just because I haven't got another rare to choose from, but now we're seeing some things. Second Rakdos Guildgate, Sorrowform Hybrid I really do like, and Gatebreaker Ram, if we go down the Gates route, could be good. They're both green. I think the better pick there is Sorrowform Hybrid, just because you might not get the Gates deck, and then at least you've got a green card. Sentinel's Mark, I'm not so big on that. Prowling Karakar I've actually had used against me quite well. Rubber Belt Recluse. It's a good red card there. Rakdos Roustabout I'm not so big on. Sphinx's Insight I do like if you're in white blue. I think the right pick here is the Sorrowform Hybrid. I think it's the best card in the pack. That's hexproof. I think we take the Sorrowform Hybrid there. Oh, now we've got some good cards. Gates Ablaze. That's kind of making me wish I'd picked the Gatebreaker Ram in the last pack. He's also now got Inheritance here. Do we try and draft Gates? It's looking like there's a couple of Gates cards in these first few picks. But if we get no payoffs later on down the line, that's really bad. Skewer the Critics is a really good card here. We could go for Gruul, go green-red. Footlight Fiend. This is probably one of the toughest sets I find to draft for myself. I think we take the Gates Ablaze. If we see more Gates payoffs, we stick with those Gates. If not, we can move through, but we've only picked one. Here we've got a Windstorm Drake. Suggesting to me blue's a little open on that third pack there. But we've also got some good some good red cards. Dead Rebels. The Ilgarden Inheritance might have been the better pick over the Gates of Blaze there, and there might have been a mistake. Impassioned Orator. I do like Windstorm Drake, but what are we at the moment? That's too many colours off the bat. Although we're seeing another gate. We'll wait and see if any of those gates payoffs come back round, we're moving into gates. And I think right now, Chillbring is a good card as well. I'm tempted to say that Dead Rebels is my pick here. At least allows to pull that Sorrowform hybrid back. Or maybe the Windstorm Drake. I'm going to take the Windstorm Drake and maybe move into green-blue. What are we seeing here? Senate Griffin, Titanic Brawl. There's a Rubble Slinger there, and there's another gate. Forbidden Spirit. I think Senate Griffin could be the pick there. It's basically a blue card. Although Titanic Brawl. I think Titanic Brawl would allow us a tiny random little bit of removal. Font of Agonies doesn't look like it's going to be getting played now. We could be looking at a green-blue deck. Titanic Brawl's at least in colour, and I really do like that for a pick. I think it's Titanic Brawl. What have we got? Tower Defense. Another Titanic Brawl. Green's looking quite open if this is the case. Blade Juggler if we go black. We're not going to be playing the Rakdos deck here though, so I don't think we'll be picking the Blade Juggler. I think we'll take a second Titanic Brawl and then not pick any more. Gore Clan Wrecker. Active Treason I like. Apologies for the cough. Gift of Strength. This is very hard to draft, I'm saying it's just, I'm not sure what to pick when it comes to things. Whereas War of the Spark, I just know where I'm at all the time with that, and I don't seem to be able to get a clear go in these drafts here. Gift of Strength or the Root Snare, I'd appreciate all help. And should I be moving away is probably the better question. Is there anything you see in that says actually I'm just picking completely wrong? Right. I'm going to pick Gift of Strength. Oh, there's a Grasping Thrall there. That's very late. Summary Judgment we're seeing. Sage's Roast Savant. Another Homunculus. I think if we pick the Grasping Thrall here, right, we at least give ourselves the choices of picking between a green-blue deck, or a green-black deck with maybe a splash of white to get that Thrall out. Trying to remember what else in this pick, but black's definitely looking. The black cards have rolled around to us, and so have the white cards, and we just picked up a grasping through. That could suggest that black-white is open, so here I'll pick the Concordia Pegasus. And I think Pride and Caracal. And the Ilgar Inheritance came back around, plus an Orzhov Goldgate, so it's definitely black-white that's open here. So we'll play a consign to the pit, even though that probably won't get played. We'll definitely pick the Senate Griffin up now. We'll take a Just Cause Portal. And clear the mind. Wow, this is probably the most random deck I've built for a long while. Simic Ascendancy I'm not big on. It's a nice card and constructed, but you're not I don't feel like I'm going to be pulling that kind of stuff off here at all. It's unfortunate that we might be dropping that. The Gates of Blaze is almost definitely out now. So it's to clear the mind. I'm not big on that Prowling Caracal pick. I can't see any big payoffs for white here. There is a Blade Juggler for black, but we're not playing black-red, although it's just a good card, so we'll pick up the Blade Juggler there with the Simic Ascendant. Oh, Ethereal Absolution, so we just got the biggest payoff. I don't even know what was in the rest of that pack. I should have at least looked, so I do apologise. But we just got the biggest payoff now for playing black-white. We've got an Imperious Oligarch there, so it's probably the pick now, considering that we've decided black-white's the way. Yeah, Imperious Oligarch here. The Dovan Security. I do like trying to build that deck sometimes. And the Spirit of the Spice. So we'll take the Oligarch. Looks like we're going to be removing these green cards for now. Just have a quick look at this pack. I don't see any big payoffs for us there, so yeah, the green cards are gone. That's a bit unfortunate. Looking forward to playing the... we might be able to splash the blue to keep that Windstorm Drake in. In fact, there's the option to do that. And over what we've got, if we're planning to do that, we could go for Sphinx Insight. Does Sphinx's Insight wheel? That's the question. I have no idea whether it wheels. I'd like to say it probably doesn't. Is it going to help us in this deck? We're going to have all got inheritances and things, so it does gain us more life. Could prioritise picking up some gates and stuff to help with the mana there. That may help. Brings Trial I don't rate as the other card, the one that's exile power 3. Or destroy, it might be destroy power 3, I can't remember. But First and Shake would be good. If we get mana, if we get swamped with mana, then we could just buff the First and Shade and keep ourselves alive. Quite liking that actually. That might play into this sort of life gain black-white deck we're sort of building here. What are our payoffs for blue? Because that's the decision between Sphinx Insight or not. Senate Griffin and Windstorm Drake. Windstorm Drake's not so good, especially considering here's our we won't be playing Consign to the Pit. 6 mana removal is just silly. Windstorm Drake would buff afterlife creatures. It would buff everything, basically. So yeah, I think we will be playing that blue. It makes me want to pick the Azorius Guild Gate up because we're going to need it if we're planning to actually play black-white and splash that blue. We're going to need that gate. It's the gate over the Sphinx's insight. Right now I think I want the payoff because we are still only looking at single blues at the moment, so I'll take the payoff. I'll try and pick up the colours. Oh, Gate Colossus, really? Are we too late to build gates? There's only 2 gate payoffs though. What must have been in this pack for that to roll round? I know it's AI you're picking against, but what must have been the rare out of that pack for it to decide to wheel there? I've gone with a bit of a theory so far when I've been drafting that actually if you see colours and stuff in pack 2 you probably don't want to pick them because it seems to try and pull you away from the colours you've picked in the early pack, and then you get some payoff in pack 3 and you're like quite happy you stuck with it. So maybe Syndicate Messenger for example here wouldn't be a bad pick, or the Orzhov Guild Gate, but the Orzhov Guild Gate's not going to help us with the splash for the blue there, so I'm thinking the Syndicate Messenger, and I'll accept the hate that I maybe should pick the Gate Colossus there. It's a tough pick because this is attractive, but it's a big payoff, isn't it? And we've got the Gates Ablaze to go with it. Do we really value a Syndicate Messenger that much? A 2/3 flyer with Afterlife. We've got 3/2 flyers. We've got 3/3 flyers. We've got a Grasping for all. No, alright, we'll take it. Ouch. Here we are. This pack is definitely not for us. I don't really want a Knight of Sorrows. Undercity's Embrace. Yeah, we'll have that. I like a little bit of removal. Here we're seeing a Sphinx of the Guild Pact. Not so high on that. 7 mana. Alright, it's hexproof from monocoloured spells, but there's a lot of multicoloured spells here, so. The pick there, looking at our curve currently, is probably the 3 mana card, so we'll take the Hazard Officer over the and in this pack, oh, I'm seeing a second Sorrowform hybrid as well. Late picks for see a second Sorrowform. It's not suggesting the green's open, but this pack must have been nice. We could use him to cycle our hand. Most of our decks flying, so an Arrested Zeal is literally just a +2/+2 to us. It is a +2/+2 instant spell, so it does allow us a little tiny bit more removal if we look at it that way. Target creature named Death Touch, draw a card. I'm quite liking that at the moment because we are in black and that will allow us to just draw through some of this stuff, so we'll let someone else have that, and we'll take the instant draw a card I think there. This has been one of the toughest decks I've built. I can't explain that. I'm really struggling with what's the best picks here to go for it, but we are going to have potentially Ethereal Absolution on the field, so Arrested Zeal will just make our creatures so big, and giving them all Death Touch with a draw a card might be better for us just to try and draw into that. So the Guild Mage sort of out in my, yeah, I think I'm off the Guild Mage now and I'm more towards the Arrested Zeal or the Blade Brand there. I think we'll go Blade Brand because it does allow us removal against people's creatures if they're swinging in at us. here. Wow, nothing really for this deck. So I think we'll take something like an Arrestor's Admonition, maybe. Cavalcade of Calamity is a good card. It looks like we could have potentially built a pretty good black-red deck so far if we'd have gone down that route. Rubble readings, look, in a best of 3, don't discount the destroying the lands and the scrying together. Really, you can put your opponent back quite a little bit. We're playing limited. It's harsh to get one of your lands destroyed sometimes, especially if maybe it's like the splashed coloured land, for example. Or what are we? We can't flick back to green now, so we'll take the. I'll take the Cavalcade of Calamity because it's rarity pick rather than the other, and they're both really not going to get played. Here I'm looking at Sphinx's Insight. Plague White I like, you put a bit of pressure on with it, and Titanic Brawl, we've already got 2 and we're out of green. So, the second rubber reading, I wouldn't play a second one. I'm just saying like one land, or maybe I'd pick 2 and put them in a sideboard in a best of 3. In a best of 1, maybe if I was playing red-black, I'd at least have 1. I'm going to take the Sphinx's Insight here. We need some splash for that blue. Do we take the Simic Locket? Arrestor's Zeal over the Dovin Security because I'm getting a bit worried about that splash. I'm going to take the Sentinel's Mark here. Another Simic Locket. And we will be taking the Syndicate Messenger, but I'm getting a little bit worried about the splash for the blue here. I'll take a Gruul Locket and put it in the sideboard. I'll pick that up and it can go in the sideboard too. Azorius Guildgate. Oh, but there's a big rare. Should we have just stayed green? Am I really about to have to pick a Guildgate over a Growth Chamber Guardian? Look at all those Simic Lockets we've just passed up as well. Can't play a 4-colour deck. Right, everyone can shout at me if they want. I'm going to pick the Growth Chamber Guardian and really try heavy to splash a couple of colours with some gates here or something else. Azorius Locket might be our pick there just because we need splash. I would rather have, or the Simic Locket even. No, the Azorius Locket. Final Payment though, I do really like that. And that would finally allow our Font of Agonies something that we're paying life for. There's 2 lockets in this pack. I'm not bothered which one wheels round to me. It's for the blue mana. I'm hoping one of them will. We've got a little bit of time left to pick that out, so we never picked that Dead Revels. Maybe we'd want to pick that now. Maybe we pick Dead Revels here. 2 mana to return 2 creatures. I do want more removal, so final payment for me there. Smothering Tithe is the pick here. There's no gates help us, there is a Dead Revels. But Smothering Tithe is the pick for me there. And now I'll pay. We'll take that Azorius Locket. Looking at this pack, kind of fancy that second Senate Griffin. Or we could go for a Sky Guard for a big payoff, but I think we've got some big payoffs here. So I think that will actually go to the route. Let me just swing this around a little bit, because I don't plan on playing that there. 3 mana. Right. So we'll go to the Gate Colossus. I've never had so many cards in my sideboard at this point. I'm usually a lot more determined with what I'm going with. Like I say, you see things in this format and it's just like, I've got to have that card, can't pass that up, can't pass that up. This is a hard set to draft. Do we double lock it? Probably not, because I will play a couple of islands. I don't mind playing the odd island. We've only got single black mana costs ever, we're never doubling up yet, so that's swinging me a little bit more to the Senate Griffin. I'm just trying to debate whether it's worth more than the Sky Guard to us at 1 more mana. He can be our final 6 drop. Here I'll be taking the Azorius Guildgate. It's going to help with that mana fixing a lot more, but clear the stage. Rally to battle, I'm not, no, I'm thinking the Guildgate here, just to, let's make sure this deck plays. I think I'm taking the second Oligarch over the Ill-Gotten Inheritance. I do like it, but I don't think we want multiples. We have got a second Azorius Guildgate there, but I don't think it's worth as much as the Oligarch to us. Nice. I think I prefer Homunculus over Knight of Sorrows, at least hexproof. He's not flying, however, it doesn't really help us. Another Sorrowform hybrid, so we really should have been playing that green-blue deck, unfortunately. At this point, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So I was just trying to work out what would be like if we did move back to green-blue right now, and not good. It's basically what I've worked out there. It's too late. It's a real shame. So we'll take the Knight of Sorrows. I think I'll be more. They'll probably get stripped, but yeah, here we go. Sky Tether, I think, is the play there. It does allow us to shut some of their creatures down. We'll take the Azorius Locket, we'll probably throw them away. We've managed to pick a couple up now. I'm quite happy for that Dead Rebels. We'll take Sphinx Insight. Exposed to Daylight, a Quench, and a Deface. Right, that was possibly my worst draft picks ever. So, apologies. I really felt a bit lost during this draft. Really struggled to make my picks. I felt like I looked at the set enough. I felt like I knew how I wanted to play. felt quite comfortable initially, and that's soon gone. We'll keep an Azorius Locket because we were a little bit lacking there in the blue. No, we don't need it. We don't need it. We'll just play the 4 islands. Could get absolutely swamped with blue like that. So that's five blue sources and 12 of the others. So I think that's the best way to do that there. And I'm just looking at the last 5 cards of strips, not a lot. It really was a tight pick for me all the way through. I'd never picked anything I was fully happy with. I mean, look at that. That's an absolute mess of cards left over from changing my mind too much and not being able to fully decide what I wanted. Let's just look at that on the curve there. Where are we at? Oh, that's awful. Too many 4 drops. So let's get through to some of these sphinxes inside. I'm not going to be playing them. We will play the Smothering Tithe because it will allow us to ramp into some of these bigger spells. We'll be able to play all these big spells if we play the Smothering Tithe. I believe that leaves us 4 cards to take out, 3 cards to take out. We'll take out Sky Tether. How many, apart from that final payment, how many triggers have we got for that Font of Agonies? I believe none is where I got to with that. More gain life than lose life. So actually, considering that's the case, we won't be paying life, so we will take out the Font of Agonies. Our 1-drop slot's really short, so it'd be nice if we could get down the guild gate on 1. Final card, probably just the Seahawks Portal. I'd rather have the creature in Prior and Caracal. I feel like we're really low on the creature count here. Let me check that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 2-drops. 1 3-drop. 2 4-drops. We're not playing a huge amount of creatures here. Be interesting to see how this plays for me. White, black, blue deck. So I still think it's the portal that's going to come out there, and we'll play on it like this. I might be coming back to tweak this a little bit after we played, just to take some of the cards out if they're not playing well. This is a black, white, blue deck, and I'm not sure how we got there. Let's get on with the draft. I hope you all enjoyed the picks. A 35-minute pick process. That was tough. And beg your pardon for the cough. I do think that apart from the Ethereal Absolution, I'm not sure what I got that I consider particularly bomby there. It just did not. Can't say that I managed to settle at all in what kind of deck I wanted to draft just then. But we did manage to get our 3 colours out and our turn 1 Azorius Guildgate there, and so we've got an Oligarch and Ethereal Absolution in hand. This is possibly like one of the best hands we could have hoped to get. We're going to get a turn 2 Oligarch. We're going to be able to flash him on turn 3 potentially to get lifelink. So I'm quite happy with this hand. We'll see by what they play. So we're going to get stomped by a green-blue deck. We did manage to pull Hazard Officer in then, so we will be able to play a turn 3. I'm not going to bother getting lifelink off it because what I actually want him to do is block it, which I think he will. And if he doesn't, then I'll put the Hazard Officer out instead, which he hasn't. So we'll play the Hazard Officer. That's an irrelevant +1/+1. But yeah, I've now managed to hold up the Sentinel's mark. I'll be able to threaten him more now. Hazard Officer in for 3 next turn anyway, and I've still got the Sentinel's mark to chuck on. We've not drawn any more land, but we have drawn the Syndicate Messenger, which is our 4-drop for when we do get a land. Let's play the Screaming Ship. Well, he's gone red-green, he's playing a Gruul deck, but we have drawn our 4th land. So now we will do pretty much the same thing we did last time. Definitely, just in case he tries to block again, or even tries to fire a shock off considering he's held up 2 mana. And he's got 3 mana, hasn't he, because of the... oh, he can't do that. It's damage. Yep, I was almost certain he had a little trick up his sleeve, but I also had a trick up my sleeve, and mine's a permanent trick, so he still lost that. Feeling fairly happy at the moment with that. We'll get a Syndicate Messenger down next turn, and an Ethereal Absolution not long after that, hopefully. Sunder Shaman is the sort of problem for us here. He's going to destroy the enchantment. So I'm just trying to work out there what his plan is. He'll be able to stop the Hazard Officer. No attacks this turn then. We'll let him swing in, but we're not going to let him deal damage to us. I believe we'll block him with the Imperious Oligarch now. Let it come back as a flyer. I'm looking for that land right now. We need it. No land means no Blade Juggler. Oh, love this game sometimes. I did forget there that I could have just done that for 3 mana instead, but we have got 2 flyers now. And a chump blocker for one of his 5/5s. I'm happy to take 5 off the Rampage and Randorn. Okay, he's not attacking this turn because he put the counter on him. I've got Dead Rebels in hand here, so I was actually just thinking there, like, I don't really need to play it. I can play it for 2. So right now I'm going to put down another Oligarch, allowing us to block him. And I'm going to swing in with my flyers again. Allow me to Dead Rebels for 2 to get that Blade Juggler back, I suppose. We'll take both. Let's use that in our hand now. That's a Blade Juggler in for 3 mana and an Oligarch next turn. Oh no, sorry, not. Yeah, and an Oligarch next turn. 1 more mana and we get to play Ethereal Absolution though, and that could be a tough time for him. So he's going to make a really big creature now, which I'll chump block with the Oligarch. He's not even going to swing with the Beastmaster, thinks I've got tricks. I do like the afterlife mechanic. It's just like constant payoffs all the time. You get to just keep putting out spirit tokens. Oh, and there's the land. Oh, and he conceded. I was just working out how to attack there. He possibly could have held off a little bit longer there, because I wouldn't have killed him with the attack, and it was starting to get to a point where I probably couldn't block all the damage he was looking at casting, so tough to call whether that game went well, but all the cards played well, so I'm just feeling alright. Well, at least from the first game. He didn't exactly play anything completely threatening, did he? Or would you consider Sunder Shaman? I don't know. I don't think Gruul's the most potent in the format at the moment. In the Allegiance format, at least, anyway. We've got our 3 colours, and that's probably the more important bit there. So we'll play off that. A few cards to play on as they're off. So for all Blade Juggler, they could win us the game alone, to be honest. We'll bluff blue. He's definitely playing in Sorrowform Hybrid this turn, I think, because Simic Guildgate turn 1. No, he's going to Growth Spile, ramp himself a land to give him a little advantage, but I will put out a 3-1, so it'll be tough for him to block me. Arrest the Zeal is interesting, because right now what that would allow us to do next turn is potentially going for 5 damage flying. Or do we go in for 5 against this creature instead? I'm going to keep it back that I've got the blue here. I want to see if this guy wants to block, I think is where I'm going here. See how he feels about blocking the Caracal. Okay, he's going to block it. Let's keep it alive, then we'll arrest the Zealot. Taking his time over this. What can he have for 1 mana that's gonna... Oh, okay. It's gonna... Nah, fair trade. 2 for 1 in there, so I'm not too... Or bounce tricks, actually, I suppose that is even, wasn't it? Yeah, Monculus. I'm not too worried about things like that, to be honest. I'm still going to bluff that we have no black. Make him think he's playing a blue-white deck. We'll give it to the officer. Unfortunately that's flying, but our flying creature is bigger than his flying creature. Till he adapts it, so... we'll be able to actually gain that life back. He didn't choose to adapt it there, he's going to choose to adapt it on my end step, I suppose. Now he knows we're playing black. I think he may have more tricks up his sleeve, so I'm thinking here, if I swing in, I can make him hurt here if he makes the wrong mistakes. So he's no tricks, so I'm gonna flash that in with Vigilance. Now he probably thinks he's out of the waters. He's like, oh yeah, 4 damage, take it, that's okay. I think what's gonna hurt. Good play. Although I'm not really sure he wanted to put it back to my hand, because I can just play it back out now. Can you counter it? That's a good question. Oh, I can. Right, I'm quite happy with how all of that's played out because he's basically burnt his hand on our worst cards. We're going to smash down now with the 5 cards we've got in hand. 3 cards we've got in hand. Sorry, I can't count today. He's going to get a little bit of damage off now. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Windstorm Drake, because I want to try and crack this juggler off for its spectacle cost rather than not. He's going to tap it down. I'm not too worried about that either. Now I will play the grasping throw. I can only imagine that it's getting a little annoying for him. I don't think he can have too much amazing left in his hand. He's played a blue-green flyers deck here. You'd be surprised, but I rate not taking too much damage effectively, so you can hit the play now. Just in case he's got the counter. So I really am having to think as hard as I can, but it's just played juggler here. Smother and tie. Pay 2. Hamper his hand. Thought he'd give me a treasure there. He's going to try and make the big swing here. Cool. Tough plays there. I'm limited on my hand as well, but he's on the draw, and I'm only just on the draw. I'm down to 4 life. This is tight. He paid the 2 to stop me drawing the treasure then. If he can buff it, we've lost. If not, I get to take his Sphinx out, or maybe I don't get to take his Sphinx out. He must have a way around this. Yeah. Oh, okay, he's going to kill me. Good game. Probably made some mistakes there. I feel like I should have won that with the amount of good cards that I had out on the field. That was maybe my loss that I shouldn't have got. I could have not taken that damage, but I don't think I'd have been able to hold on much. I think that he probably still had it in the bag, because that had just started that chain of events to turn earlier. I don't think it had necessarily won as a game. That's probably the first time we can't play, and it's this lack of white mana. So we will mulligan there, and we'll play that instead. And we'll keep that on top because we've all got our inheritance hand. We want to get some extra mana. And we'll go black. We're not on the play here as well, so we are a little hampered. That's going to help us out though, so I think we're alright. I think we go Oligarch, Concordia, Pegasus. We've all got an inheritance out in between that, hopefully. Our curve's not great in this deck. We don't hit any 3-drops when we really want them, or 1-drops that can combine with our 2-drops. So I didn't manage to build a very good curve here. I'll happily block off. Let's go. My creatures create creatures, so if that's how you want to play it, I'll play it that way. And we'll put down a second Oligarch here. Ethereal Absolution on the way. Still got an inheritance on the next turn as well. We're really pile that pressure on. No attacks, because now we've got inheritance that I can actually sort of sit on the back foot a little bit. If he hits me with the Sage Rose Savant, let the Sharks grab through this time. He's going to make it a 5-5. No? Well, what do you have in hand? Nice. He had the 4 collapse to stop me doing that. Maybe I should wait till his turn then. And the tables swing. Hit with the 1 damage, play into the final payment. Sorry, I've not been talking. I was just trying to decide how to play out that turn. Right now I'm going to wait on him. Hopefully he comes in. I don't think he hasn't played much out. It's been tough. But just to fill you in a little bit, been one of the toughest drafts I've ever had. I've struggled so hard with the picks in this draft. He's just played a counter spell. I'm not sure. We've got to go for it. Paid 5 life and hit the shot. He's got to counter that. No? Basically. Ethereal Absolution in hand. Should be alright. But yeah, as I was saying, it was one of the hardest picks. ended up with such a messy board of cards. I didn't know what to do and what to play. It's held up 2. I'm going to wait, let him play that shot. Oh, this is tough again. Alright, we'll go in. See if he's trying to bounce something to my hand. And I'll grasp and throw him just because I've got Ethereal Absolution. And he hasn't got a counter, otherwise he'd countered that, I think. It's a good way of saving it. I'll at least have a 0-4 jump blocker. What do you think to the Ravnica Allegiance set? I found, in terms of draft, I found it one of the hardest drafts ever. If you drop, thanks for watching anyway. We appreciate likes, all the rest. What's he planning on me here? What's your experience of drafting Allegiance? Have you done one? Right, now he's not left up the blue. Now I put down the Ethereal Absolution. No attacks because we can block his Shark Crab now as well. And we'll just start exiling creature cards. Although he's got 2, so we'll get a couple of tokens there. Block it on the throw. There's no point actually, I've just realised. In case he can kill Pegasus like that. We'll take that for the throw. Never mind. Never mind. Oh, he's possibly just going to lose to Ill-Gotten Inheritance here. And play down the Senate Griffin. I'm not enough mana to do that. We'll just sack it now. In case he can pull something out of his sleeve. We'll play the Senate Griffin. Scry. Let's see if I can get something that's not a land on my next turn. In fact, we'll take Dead Revels. Straight back to the hand. Let's play that out. So far as well, just to let update, we're 1-0 on 1-1. Sorry, on this draft at the moment. And I think we actually, if you go back watch it from before, we probably lost through my own mistakes in the last game rather than actually losing the game. I had a similar board. It's going quite well. Game number 4 we're going to. So we're two wins, 1 loss currently. Going into game 4. We ended up drafting a black-white deck. I picked all sorts of crazy cards while I was going through the draft. I ended up with a couple of Gates cards, Colossus and Gates Ablaze, and a few other cards. Just, I could not decide in this draft where I was going at all. I didn't know what deck to draft. Looking back over it, probably should have been green-blue. Alright, let's look at this hand. Got the 3 colours of mana there, which has been what I've sort of been going on. And we've got 2 cards with potential to draw a card. I don't like playing on 2 mana. I don't think we've got the best hand. We mulliganed in the last game though, so I don't like mulliganing. I don't like mulliganing. We'll keep it. We'll keep it and we'll try and draw the land. We're screwed if we don't get free land by turn 4, I would say, because we're going to need to. And we've got the 3rd land, so I'm not too worried now. We will play the Pegasus on turn 2, get a flying creature out nice and quick. And looks like we could be playing a green-blue deck again. Tends to be the pairing with green here, could be Gruul. I'm just going to swing in for the 1. I would like to draw a card, possibly. Yeah, I think I need the draw card. We need another land, or I need something else. So I'd rather draw a card. There we go. That'll do. That's just made that more than worthwhile. We'll put down Ill-Got Inheritance next turn if he doesn't do much with this turn. He could have been land screwed here. Wait, what are we on? 3, 2. No, okay, no. Ah, here we are. So he's playing Gruul. I wonder if he's got Sunder Shamans. No, he's gone for the locket. He's ramping now. We'll keep that removal back, and we'll make him pay for drawing cards. Continue to attack with the 1-3. The 1-3 is going to pay his way here at the moment. I think he'll be able to chump block whatever he puts out first as well. So there we go. And unfortunately, what he put out wasn't a creature that can actually kill it. So could just go grasping through all next turn, which I'm going to if we don't draw anything good. And Syndicate Messenger. No, let's make him pay. Let's put out the throw. He's got 2 mana. He can't counter it. He, as far as I know, can't shock it or anything like that. I'm going to swing just to make him block, because I don't know why actually. That's probably the first time. There you go, another play mistake. I shouldn't have swung then. He could have potentially had a trick up his sleeve or anything, and I opened myself up to it anyway. Anyway, I'm the author. We're Real MTG Drafts. Hope you're enjoying watching. If this draft goes really well for me, I'll be quite surprised, because like I say, it was seriously hard to pick the cards for it. I didn't know what to play. I'm thinking to to disrupt stuff. I could destroy his locket and final payment his creatures. So I'm going to swing, make him think that he's got the means to block everything. I'm then going to pay 5 life and destroy the Mammoth Spider. And I'm going to expose to daylight his locket. Scry 1, I just want to see what I've got on top of my deck. Can potentially get a little bit more of this out next turn. He's not played anything threatening particularly, so do I want land? 4/6. Yes, I do. It's going to allow us to play our entire hand next turn. That was tough. I don't. That was one of those ones where I was like, I'm not sure whether I want to send the swamp to the bottom. I mean, we could draw into Ethereal Absolution next turn, and then I wouldn't have had enough mana to play it. So, not too great. He's putting out these blockers for me, flyers here. So I think right now I'll just move away and keep putting out more flyers, and Ill-Got Inheritance is doing the work, just like it did in the last game, really. And we'll play that, and I'll now play 2 Afterlife creatures. Let's go with that. He's only got 1 blocker out, so we'll swing with everything. He'll block the Frill. No, he's going to block the Pegasus. Alright, so he can't kill the Frill, he doesn't want to lose the Slinger. That was a mistake from him, probably. I'd have. I said I'd have blocked the Frill. No, he's probably made the right choice there, considering what creatures we've got. Considering that he's got a handful of Rubble Slingers, I wonder how many of these he picked in his draft. We've got 4 more cards in hand. Could he have got 7? Do you think you could get away with just playing a deck of Rubble Slingers or something like that in limited at least? It's a good enough creature to block the big flyers. It's although he would lose him to the biggest, he is losing this game, so I don't know what I'm really talking about there. We'll do that. And we'll make it so he definitely doesn't block the Thrall this turn. And because of our life total, I'm going to swing with everything. Because he'll block the Oligarch, it'll give us another flyer, allowing us to get him for more damage next turn. Oh, he's actually going to block a little bit this turn. Yes, he's got to, really, hasn't he? He'll take the 2 damage then. That could have just played even better for us. Did he make everything survive? That was quite impressive. Tower defense, yeah. Fair enough. I wouldn't write it if he's got any brains. Yeah, there you go, gets the token. He can block 3 flyers currently. And a Hazarder Officer, but he's dead to Ilgar Inheritance, so I still think the game's ours. He's managed to put out a little bit of a defence, but not much that I'm too bothered about. And with a Sentinel's Mark in hand, I'm pretty happy to just swing in with everything here. And actually, if he doesn't block enough of this, Ilgar Inheritance will kill him anyway. I wonder if he's realised that. Probably not, considering his blocking choices. I'm not going to buff anything. He's going to take 4 damage and lose to Ilgar Inheritance. This was a good game. This deck's playing quite well. Honestly, it was a hard build. I didn't like building it at all. It was a nightmare. But it is playing quite well. Good game. 3-1. Will we make it to the 7? I've so far done it twice, so if I can do it again, I'll be super happy. This channel is all about trying to make sure that just the people, I don't play for put any money into it. I play standard. I just want to play. It's proving that it is possible to sort of rotate your gems and coins enough that you can just draft to make your collection, and I get to have a fun experience just drafting these random decks. And what do we think to that hand? I don't like that hand really. No creatures, not the best set of cards, and not enough land to play it, so we will take the mulligan there. We're going to have to play on that. We'll scry that away because we've got a really slow starting hand. Oh, we shouldn't have scried that away. Oh, mistakes have been made already. I'm losing this game. I can tell. I've made a mistake. I'm too happy that I've won a couple of games. Enough that I made the mistake of scrying my swamp when I needed it. Although we have got the 5 mana, so if my first creature is a Knight of Sorrows, I'm not going to be too upset either. I'll be able to Sentinel's Mark him. It's not giving me that black land, is it? I'm not getting that swamp back. It's not going to happen. Oh, what a mistake. Like I say, I'm not a professional player. I am just a normal person playing Magic, and we do make mistakes. But instead he's going to get Windstorm Draked. No, we'll go Knight of Sorrows because I don't actually want him to kill the Windstorm Drake here. I want to get some flyers on the board. He's been land screwed. Oh, okay, maybe we've won actually here because of mana screw. That's unfortunate. I don't feel too good about that, but I'm going to put out Smothering Tithe to still my main phase as well, so we will play Sentinel's Mark here and get the life link for the turn. It'll be the first time I bother playing it on main phase. But a 4/5 Knight of Sorrows, and we're going to get more mana every time. And we'll be able to play the Imperious Oligarch because of that, because of Smothering Tithe. I've never thought of it as a mana fixer, but I suppose it is a mana fixer. I've always thought of it as like free ramp, because people don't tend to want to pay 2, and he's definitely not going to want to pay 2 in this scenario. So I've always thought of it like free ramp, because you get the treasure tokens, ramp with them. But actually, yeah, here, mana fixing. He actually paid the 2, which means he's got nothing in hand. And concedes. Unfortunately, he did get stuck on 2 land there, and we managed to play out some cards. This is going quite well. It really is. It really is. Thanks for watching. If you're not already a follower, give us a follow. We try to do this weekly. Unfortunately, at the moment the schedule's hectic and the videos aren't coming out often enough, and I'm not managing to get streaming as often as I'd like to. But at some point in the near future, we will be getting a strict schedule up, and the idea is that eventually we'll be doing multiple drafts each week, showcasing it all. I want to show people what it's like. I've had drafts where I've gone 3 and 1. I've gone just bottomed out with 3 losses and not got anything else. We won't be playing this hand. No Concordia, but that's just not going to play as well as the last time we tried to do this. So I will mulligan there. And that's just as bad. We are unlikely. I'm going to play on that just because we are unlikely to draw any more islands. There's less of them in there, and there's a plains on top, which this time I'm not making a mistake. We're taking it. So actually this has effectively just become a 4-land hand, and we've got a bit of removal, and we've got a bit of buffing, and we've got Concordia Pegasus, so maybe this will play okay. None of the bomby cards in the deck. No Grasping Thrall, no Ethereal Absolution. Ill-Gotten Inheritance. They've been the cards that have won us the game so far, really. Like I say, if I get to 7 with this deck, I'll be super impressed, because it was just such a hard build. If you go back through, watch the build. It was just brutal for me. When it comes to War of the Spark, I know exactly what I want. When it comes to this set, I just want that for me. I just didn't know where to start with it. Let's bluff a blue deck. I'm not going to be playing a Restless Zeal in the first turn, so we'll bluff a blue. We'll bluff a white blue. At least until turn 3. Orzhov Locket, he's playing a white-black deck. This might be our first challenging game then. Similar decks. That creature is already flying, so there's not much point in putting that out. We're going for the 1 damage there. And we'll save the instants just in case he's got removal. I suppose if he's playing Orzhov now, we could be looking at a Mortify. Black, white, red. He's playing Rakdos with a splash of white, because if that's the case, his mana's wrong. He's got to be playing Orzhov with a splash of red, surely. I think what's going to hurt here is he probably wants to play that Trumpeter. Do I Undercity's Embrace it straight away? Do I just take this off the board? He can't block my creatures, so I'm not going to. Instead, I'm going to swing. What I'm actually going to do now, I think, right, so what I've decided, I'm going to actually make him sack before he summons his next creature. So whatever he plays, casts his next spell, which he's not going to. His next spell's a Blade Juggler, so you can sack that creature before damage. I'm not interested in taking any damage off his creature. He's obviously trying to get in for Spectacle there. And now I know that that's the kind of deck he's playing. I think I will hold up blockers a little bit more just to stop him getting in for the Spectacle costs. It's quite important, because otherwise you're getting Blade Jugglers for 3 mana. I've got that card in this deck, and it's played well. And now I get something a bit more traditional. He's already thrown me a little bit with his deck, but I would say that this is a dodgy Orzhov build to some extent. Reason I played that way, I'm gonna block off here with the Concordia Pegasus probably, because I doubt he's got too many flyers. Actually, you know what, I'm gonna let him through, because I'm about to swing for big damage and I can gain a bit of life if I have to. And a grasping through is a much more important thing to be able to block. Right, this way, anything he does, his thrall's dead. He's going to block with it. It's a smart thing to do. He's not going to block with it. He's in for 6. I'm not sure in this game now. I've got to take the 6 because I can't make him fly and it's not my main phase. Although he's going to be taking it back. There you go, you got something in spectacle, which is what he's been trying to do the whole game. And that was it. And then they'll got inheritance to finish off. He's playing a nice deck. I like this deck. It's a bit odd. Ooh, but I've just pulled Smothering Tithe, which will change the odds a little bit in my main phase. I am unsure what I will do. I'm not going to do anything because what I'm going to do is make sure I can kill the Grasping Thrall and also the Spin Wheel Acrobat can't get in. They'll got inheritance, it's going to cost me here though. But you better start paying for your card draws. Yeah, it means his card only costs what, that's a land. Alright, now he's going to go for it. Oh, that's unfortunate. I didn't need land. Oh, I'm gonna lose to a God Inheritance here. I don't know if I don't think there's a lot I can do. He's not gonna pay for it every time. He must have some remove. Oh, he's killed me with Ill-Gotten Inheritance. Of course. Oh, I just got beat the same way I beat the last person. Didn't see that coming, but they should have did see it coming, I suppose. Oh man. We're close, we're 4-2. We're really close. Just need to get through a couple of games back to back, which I've done so far. I've gone 1-2, lost 1, 1-2, lost 1. I think. No, I haven't. Stuff. Yeah, that's a better hand though. At least got all 3 colours of mana. And we've got some draw a card here with Sphinxes inside, which I will always play in my main phase. Although a Rakdos build playing that quickly could give us some trouble. Flying First Strike. Bit expensive. Yeah, I like the Tattoo Blade brand that's in this deck. It's a play that I quite enjoy. We'll block the Footlight Fiend this turn, and yeah, he'll do 1 damage to him. Well, depends what he plays, but yeah, there we go. He's put down his locket, and he didn't attack. He's not interested in losing it. That's an interesting read there, because why would you not be interested in trading that out to get a bit of damage off, I suppose. This time I'll just do it with Prowling Caracal. So I suppose I should have done that the other way around. I shouldn't have really attacked, but I felt vengeance for the 1 damage he'd done to me. Feel my wrath. Oh, he's playing a fast Rakdos deck here. draw the 2 cards now. Let's get some good stuff in our hand. Let's swing in as well, because if he blocks, he'll lose a creature, and we can get something out of that. If he blocks with both, he could lose. He could deal some damage here if he's smart about it. You should. Oh, he can't block the Pegasus actually, so yeah, I'm happy with that. And now I can make him sack creatures. I've got the removal here. I think I'm alright. Another Footlight Fiend. Oh, his hand's running out quick though. His hand is running out quick, and I've got things that can block these creatures, and the Thrall there will have just sealed it for me, I think. So we'll go black mana. I'm actually going to play the Syndicate Messenger, because what I've just worked out is on my next turn what I'll be able to do is Undercity's Embrace and Blade Juggler, and it means I can get a blocker out here, so we're alright. Still going to be taking some damage, but I think I can win this game. I don't mind taking damage, it's part of the way I like to play. Obviously you don't want to take too much, but sometimes it's almost advantage to let him get a couple of hits in while you draw some cards and get back to form before you start doing any of this stuff. He's got no mana, so I'm not too worried about him hitting me with anything out of his hand. He's not going to get a Spectre across. I'm going to get another blocker. Smothering Tithe is an interesting draw, because I like having that. That's going to allow us the mana to cast everything, but right now I want to think he's got the edge, and I'll Undercity's Embrace him. We'll end turn, and what I'll allow him to do now is come through with his attacks, and after I've blocked and killed the creatures I want to kill, we'll make him sacrifice the last one. Holding on to the Thrall and the Skyguard to sort of give me something to close it out with towards the end. It's getting somewhat tight life-wise. I'll let him resolve that, because he's going to be confident to swing now. I'm a little disappointed, because he'd probably sack that over any of these. Right, I want to pass the blockers. I want to get rid of this. Probably going to ping off the Spirit and then hit me for another 2. No, that's it. Okay. Do I make him sack now? No, I block and then make him sack again. I do the same thing I've just done. Right, we play the Swamp. Sentinel's Mark. I like this. Enchanted to have Vigilance makes it a 2/5, which would allow it to block the Catacomb Crocodile. 2 mana. I'm going to play the Thrall and gain 2 life, and then I can Sentinel's Mark to protect whatever it is he tries to take out when I block. This has been a little bit of a back and forth game. I keep thinking I've got it in the bag and then not quite. Grasping Thrall may have just pulled me back into it a little bit. This Rakdos deck that he's got built is, I really do like it. It's playing really well. He's got all of the cards you need to build a good one. Although Catacomb and Crocodile is a bit of a... If he's got that in the deck, I don't think his picks can have been too great. A 3/7's good, but it's only a 3/7. Ouch. I will be taking that. It comes back at the end of the turn, so it's not the end of the world, but he is going to hit me with it now. Is that how he wanted to play? Is that how he wanted to play it? That's funny. Okay. You do that. I think he's going to be gutted when he sees what happens next. I'd be... oh, wow. Yeah, okay, let's go. And then I'll have my Grasping Thrall back, please. Thank you. So, for all of that, my friend, you can now sack your... oh, what have we got? Let's see. We've got 7 mana before I sack too hastily, which means we could get out the Tithe and the Hazardor Officer. He is still going to have his blocker up, which I don't like. We can't get out the Sentinel's Mark. We're going to Undercity's Embrace him, which I should have Sentinel's marked first because I'm a noob, but I should have had a 4 mana creature there and gained 4 life. Big mistake from me, but I'm going to gain some life now, so that'll do me. I could have been on 11 life though, so that would have been a lot better. I'd have actually taken the lead. So 1 play mistake there. Oh, we conceded to the Thrall. Oh, I think we still had a lot in our hand then. I'm not going to lie, I thought we still had quite a bit in our hand, and for us that was still some control left of that game. And he obviously lost all control to conceded there. We'll open that pack later at the end. That's just one of the weekly wins coming through. We will, as always, open the packs at the end to see what we draw anyway. Oh, this has been fun. I'm not going to lie, it was a tough draft. But it has been very fun to play out. These are the hands that I've liked so far. 3 mana, 1 of each colour, and some cards. Not all the best cards, but Ill-Gotten Inheritance has won us some games, so let's go. What are we at? 5 wins? I forgot to look then. I think we are, yeah. If we're not, we're at 4, but I do think he's playing black. Let's bluff a white-blue deck. It's not really a bluff, we are kind of a white-blue deck. Here I want the Caracal out because if he does let me have it for a turn, I'm swinging him for free, and that's a decent payoff there. I want rid of it. I didn't want to lose my Caracal. I didn't want to give it flying because I didn't have to. Yeah, there I think I just wanted to keep another 3/1 up. And if I can take out the Afterlife creature with the Caracal too, I think that's not the worst outcome. So let's try that. I'll probably block. In which my response will be the Pegasus. If he does put out, and we have got Exposed to Daylight in our hand, so if he has his own Ethereal Absolution, which is what I think we might be looking at here, we'll be able to destroy it. He will also possibly be able to destroy our Ill-Gotten Inheritance because of his Exposed to Daylight. It's not looking like he can though. He went turn 4 and didn't play anything. What do you think he's held up? Nothing. That's interesting. That's a waste of a turn. Gives us some tempo there. Alright. He's giving himself some card advantage. feel like it would be cruel to make him waste that entire turn to get exposed to daylight. You know, if he draws a card off it, I'm not too fussed. We got the tempo, so one card, that's fine. We'll keep making him pay for drawing those extra cards. Because if he casts a spell now, he's going to draw an extra card. Right, okay. The Thrall has to go now, because we need to be able to block that Grasping Thrall. We're going to kill one creature if we double block it, so we're alright, we can double block on the Thrall. We'll do it that way instead. I'd rather do that to him. He can sack the Thrall and I can swing in then unopposed. We can't really counter it, and we can still kill the guild pack in a little bit. May have been the wrong play, may not, but I don't really want to have to deal with a swinging from the Grasping Thrall. I feel like at the core his deck might have been very similar to ours. Oh, that was a huge error in judgment there to pay that many cards to kill one creature. In my opinion, I think you lost out when you've had to play a card like that against something as simple as like my Syndicate Messenger, which really isn't a overwhelmingly good card, although Windstorm Drake is. So Watchful Giant's nice. He's still on the back foot here, and the Drake's coming out now, so I'm in for more damage. I'm gonna swing, take the free from his Drake. I'm not too fussed about free from his Giant. I didn't get rid of the Tome again. I do need to get rid of that Tome, but yeah, I think more important to put the pressure on there, and he's probably got the +2/+2. We won't block. I think he's got something along the lines of Arrest the Zeal or something in his hand, potentially. You use it to remove creatures. We're in for flyers though, so we're 3, 5, 7 next turn, +1 from Ill-Gotten Inheritance. So he's taking 8 next turn. So he's made him for 1/1. He needs to play the Blade Juggler as well. This has been a big turn for him. I am going to put out Azorius Skyguard though. Get Spectacle, a Blade Juggler in because of Ill-Gotten Inheritance. I've never thought that one through in my head, that play pattern there. Right, if I swing in, I can block his biggest. It's for 3, 2, 5, 7. Could hit me back for 8. No, I've got to swing in. Can't block my flyers. He's going to hit me back for 8, and he's basically going to die to Ill-Gotten Inheritance. I can even gain a bit of life back next turn if I just play Sphinx's Insight. And we never got to expose the daylight on the Tome, which I really wanted to do. I thought that was going to be the play there, but there's really been better plays so far. I do think cards like that and having the turn off really have cost him the game to some extent. It's too late for him to save it, so he plays out every creature he's got, and he's really not going to be able to do any damage there. So I will block his Blade Juggler with my Blade Juggler, taking 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, just how it works out. And he takes another one there, and unfortunately is going to die to flyers. And we drew the Ethereal Absolution. We will just make it even harder for him to kill anything here. Game us. That was a good game. I enjoyed that game. His deck was very close to ours. I don't think that ours was particularly better there. We have got a lot of tricks. This is all I can say. This deck's played with quite a few tricks. Oh, all comes down to this game then, doesn't it really? Because if I win, that's 7 wins, and if I lose, it's 6 and 3. I really hope you've enjoyed watching. Now we're coming towards the end. I'd love to know thoughts. By all means, chat in the chat. How do you think it's played? Oh, we're gonna have the mulligan on the last game as well. I can't play that hand. Oh, that's possibly worse. We're gonna have to play it. We're gonna have to play it. I need the land. Wow, we're going Senate Griffin. We can play this hand. It's worked out. It's worked out. Oh, bluff black. Make it look like we're playing black blue. Wow. We're not going to be able to play that Hasler officer, which is the big problem here. And he hasn't got any creatures out yet. So Undercity's Embrace will sit in our hand until next turn. If he plays anything out, we're definitely killing it. We need to get the tempo in our favour there. And he hasn't. Which is very interesting. Dead Rebels isn't going to do anything for us right now. Right now we need a scry. Don't really want play brand. We're going to draw it, we're going to play it, we're going to draw another card, but I can just cycle it to the bottom now without playing it. And now he's not giving me a reason to play Dead Rebels because he's exiled that. Spawn of Mayhem. Oh mate, you should be gutted because goodbye Spawn of Mayhem. His bomb did not win him the game just then. He's obviously playing a Rakdos deck here. Rakdos Spectacle is what I feel like I'm looking at. I'm going to play a Windrake out. I feel like if I can hold these back, I've got chances. Yep, that was kind of expected too. So 2 Gross SMIs and a Spawn of Mayhem. He's not going to have a second Spawn of Mayhem unless he got super lucky. We'll play out the officer here. Oh, look at that, we ended up with our third colour of mana. Wow, this game's going through fast. Oh, we got an Inheritance. It's possibly been my favourite card so far. We've got an Inheritance as. Do I swing him for 5? Do you know what I do? I trick him into blocking with his Blade Juggler. That's what I do. Yep. Goodbye, Blade Juggler. And there we go. Oh, wow, this has been a blast of spells. Everyone's playing so quick. Consigned to the Pit, and I put that in my sideboard. I didn't even bother playing it. Interesting. He's gone with Dead Rebels there. He's got his Spawn of Mayhem back. I believe it's my turn to Dead Rebels here. I'm going to play Grasping Foot instead. That's a problem. I don't know how to deal with that, except, oh, actually, in some sense I can deal with that. Oh, we're cooking now. Let's put the Sky Guard out. If he kills anything, I can just cast it all back to my hand, so. No attacks. He can't attack with his Spawn of Mayhem, which is what I'm going with there. If he can't attack with the Spawn of Mayhem, I should at least... he can attack with it, but I'll double block it happily to get rid of it again. And this time Blade Juggler's not too much of an issue, so... He's drawing his cards quick. We've only got the Hasler Officer, that's why I've not played this Dead Rebels yet. He's put out lots of weak creatures there. Right, he's giving me the opportunity now. I can slow the pace of this game down and block his creatures. Dead Rebels anything back to my hand that he does decide to kill. The Spawn of Mayhem hitting each player is actually hurting him because we've all got Inheritance. He's taking 2 damage per turn, I'm taking 1. So he is losing the game to himself here by playing that, I've just realised. He's getting everything in for his Spectacle cost. Okay. He's played out his entire hand now though. And Ethereal Absolution is just about to rinse his board. Ouch. Oh dear. Better hope you top deck the best card in the world right now, because I'm going to let you get killed by your own Spawn of Mayhem at this rate. Oh, he's going to try and sack to keep dealing damage to me here, is he? What can we do with that? If you can see me right now, I've got the biggest smile on my face. This has gone quite well. That's gotta hurt. Spawn of Mayhem and Ill-Got Inheritance together are just that's quite brutal. Alandra. Let's exile a creature. Get ourselves a white spirit token. And play out that land. He is getting close to the range of. Do I swing with my flyers? I think I do. It's going to allow him to attack me though. No, I won't, because I'm a bit worried about the maths there. He's probably going to block. If he blocks with Spawn of Mayhem, it kills me. No, he is trying to sort of ping me to death here with his Fireblade Artist, but it's not really working for him. These two cards are playing really well together. Ethereal Absolution and Azorius Skyguard. It's -2 on their attack to all his creatures. It's getting a bit brutal. His Spawn of Mayhem's getting bigger now though. Should have swung last turn. Get to play a Blade Juggler here, to draw an extra card, deal an extra damage to him. My extra card's a Sphinx's Insight, so I can gain 2 life. Oh, I cancel that. I used all my blue. No, we'll have to exile a creature from his graveyard. Get another creature on the field. Alright, my board's way big. Sorry, I can't speak. My board's more than big enough to block him now. So I will swing with my 2 flyers. He will block one of them, but he will take 4 damage, and I've killed him with Ill-Got Inheritance, if that's the case. He's carrying him's flying as well, so he's not blocking both. Oh, he didn't block them both, so there was his mistake, was not blocking both with the carrying, one with the carrying imp. He did make it so I can't kill the Spawn of Mayhem though, which I'm quite impressed with. But he is dead to Ill-Got Inheritance now. So I'm glad that's how it's gone. 7-1. We'll open the packs after. 7-2, sorry. Yeah, he swings with everything because he knows he's lost. So, here we need to block the biggest. Block the biggest. Taking 6. Wow, he's got a lot of health. Taking 6. Right, we're not going to take the 6. I'm actually going to go with the block the biggest and take 2. Oh, Spawn of Mayhem has Trample. I forgot about that. But it is game. Good game. Good game. Well, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. We've been Real MTG Drafts. I've been the author. That was a very quick, straight up to 7 with two losses, and I don't feel like that went badly. I think that went really well. Like I said, I didn't really like the deck build. I felt like it was a hard deck build, and Ravnica Allegiance is a hard deck build, but this deck worked, and I'm quite happy with that. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed it. See you later. Oh, let's just open the packs. Sorry, I'm saying see you later, and we haven't opened the packs. There's 950 gems and 2 Ravnica Allegiance packs for us there, so we'll open the War of the Spark weekly. See what we get. We've got Tybalt, and oh, God Eternal Bontu, that is what we're talking about. And let's see what else. Ravnica Allegiance packs. Sun Shaman I like, I've got it in a deck. Mirror March I also like, I've got that in a deck too. And a Stomping Ground, that'll do. I've been the author, this has been Real MTG Drafts, and I hope you've enjoyed watching. Thank you very much.